afternoon, Bay Nation. Welcome to another episode of Fantasy Bay. I'm your host, Mike Williams, and here's my co-host, Geoffrey.
Good afternoon, Bay Nation.
In this episode, we're going to be going over the Thursday night matchup. The New York Giants travel to Washington to play the Washington football team. Let's get into the fantasy outlook. Starting with the visiting team, the New York Giants. Daniel Jones is not anywhere close to my starting lineup, so get him out of here. Sterling Shepard had a lot of targets last week. I definitely think that he is going to be a go-to target for Daniel Jones until Kenny Golladay gets up to speed. I think that Sterling Shepard is a flyer play this week. I think the Washington's defense is good, and I'm not super excited about Sterling Shepard, but in a pinch, I do think he can be played. The same goes for Kenny Golladay, the new free agent acquisition this offseason. I definitely think that he showed some promise last week. He made some great catches. I think that he looks good, but he needs to get more involved into the offense. Moving on to the running back position. Saquon Barkley. He did not play well last week, as I expected, and I don't expect him to play well this week either. The Washington football team is very stout against the run, and it doesn't seem like they're throwing it to him enough for him to make up in the downfall of the run game. I have him as a high-end flex play, and I'm not very confident about it. If you can find a way to get him out of your lineup and still have a good lineup, I definitely think that you should do that. Not excited about him until I see it on the field, to be honest with you. Tight end Evan Ingram has been injured. I'm not sure if he's going to play in this game, but regardless, I'm not starting him. Alright, moving on to the Washington football team. Starting at the top, Ryan Fitzpatrick unfortunately went down with an injury. I'm actually genuinely disappointed in that because not only do I love Ryan Fitzpatrick as a football player, I think he's incredible, but that name! When's the next time I'm going to be able to sing, I've got the magic in me? He's going to be out for like 6 weeks. Ugh, sucks. I wish you a speedy recovery, Ryan. You the man. Moving on. I do think that Tyler Heineke is going to be a solid backup for him. He played really well against the Bucs last year, and he didn't look terrible against the Chargers last week. Moving on to the wide receiver position. Terry McLaurin, I do think takes a little bit of a hit not having Ryan Fitzpatrick throw him the ball. Ryan Fitzpatrick was a big down the field kind of guy, and he was not afraid to throw it at all. I think that Tyler Heineke is a solid backup, and I do think that he will find his top receiver, but I think he's more likely to spread it around where Ryan Fitzpatrick was focusing in on one major wide receiver, and he was going to get him the ball. I believe that Terry McLaurin is going to be a wide receiver 2 this week, and I'm not really trying to start anybody else in the wide receiver core. Moving on to the running back position. Antonio Gibson. I definitely think Antonio Gibson is a top 12 play this week. Fire him up. I think he's going to get the ball in the running game and the passing game, so he's definitely going to be on the field a lot this week. And I'm not trying to start J.D. McKissick. No, thank you. Not until it's proven that he's actually going to get targets. That's really what made him valuable last year. And Logan Thomas, I think, is a fantastic start. Fire him up. I think that he's going to be one of the go-to targets for Tyler Heineke. And you can definitely play the defense for the Washington football team in this one. Daniel Jones is bound to throw at least a pick and a fumble and get a few sacks. So I definitely think that's going to be a solid play for you. And I'm not seeing this game as being a high-scoring affair, so I'm really not trying to start either of the kickers in this one if I don't have to. All right, moving on to Pigskin Pick'em. As is tradition, I have my hats here. It is time to select the winner. All right, 3.5 point spread. Going the Washington football team's way. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Washington football team. I really do not trust Daniel Jones, and I have a feeling that he's going to have too many turnovers for them to win this game. All right, and that's going to do it for this week's Thursday night matchup, the Washington football team versus the New York Giants. And don't forget, I'll be doing Pigskin Pick'em, Eliminator Pool, discussing each game every week, so come back and check out what I have for you coming soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below. Let me know what you think. All right, I'll see you next time. Enjoy your Thursday night matchup. Football is back, baby. Let's go!